Hello guys, welcome, happy Saturday to all of you, welcome to some testing here for the Virtual Endurance Championship race coming up next week, the 1000 miles of Sebring. Hello and good afternoon Reuven, thank you for your time, thank you for joining, and yeah, well, I think we're about, well, not 100% ready just yet, cause specific FFB mold is wrong. Right, I think now we're good to go. And what else we're good to go with, as I am interesting. So how dark do we want it? I think -6 actually today. There's some weird blurriness going on, but I'll just keep it with what it is. Anyway, putting up the leaderboard so you guys see what is going on basically. And we gonna have the multi-class overlay. As I think we have cars in all 3 categories right now here. And then I think we're good to go. And I hope you will enjoy a little bit of driving today with us for the Virtual Endurance Championship, the Cadillac DPi on a racetrack that has new and considerably close track limits. So we are looking to enjoy and do some laps. Hopefully enjoy. Not sure if I'm 100% enjoying the car around here, but we'll see. We'll have to race it regardless next week on Saturday, the 1000 miles of Sebring. Andre, welcome. Thank you so much for your time and for joining. The car tends to lock up in this turn 10. It is biblical. car generally seems like wanting to lock up. So we move the brake bias a bit. And then we make ourselves on to have a little bit of a long run here. Papa Michi will try to do some good laps here. How good that will work, we will see. I have high hopes in myself. I'm strongly thinking about reworking the gearbox though. Anyway, we'll start on our first flying lap. And I'm trying to pretend this is a race stint already, which is important when trying to fiddle with setup changes or potential setup changes. Although I got to admit I'm not warmed up yet in any way, of course. So how are you guys doing? Hope you have a great weekend so far. And yes, the stream today is rather early, but that has to do with the fact that I'm out of town tonight. So I thought at least getting some practice in would find the appreciation of you guys, maybe. So it seems like if you lose time there on that exit curb out of 16, then you don't get the cut, but I mean, quite some time left there. Hey Alexandre. Hello there, Skoda La Skoda. Thank you for joining. Hope every one of you is feeling alright. need to be so careful with them track limits there. Hello, Papacoon, how you doing? Have you done more racing with your wheel? How do you like it? Amazing. Do you feel like an improvement for yourself in the driving too? Compared to what you had before? Or is it just a nicer, better feeling for the moment? Wow. So 4/10, yeah? I should not be allowed to have that much of an improvement in lap 5. So you would reckon now on rFactor 2 you got a better feel from the FFB with the new wheel? Since that can produce a lot more forces. This rear end into the chicken. Like, I don't know how much brake bias I should put to the front. What was the wheel that you had before? Was it Thrustmaster or something? Nine. Fanatec, but a Fanatec should have been strong enough to produce the right forces, let's say, or at least the required forces by you. I got the fear and the feeling that this rear end is too lively. Oh no. Wow, 50 Newton meter. That would probably rip my hand wrists off. I don't feel like wanting to deal with such forces. But if that is what makes you feel comfortable, then obviously that's absolutely the right call. So we're coming in for an improvement, which is still a second over the base. I have no idea. Like, I feel I still have no clue on how to drive this car. It's quite interesting since, like, historically, The tire wear is very, very low around Sebring. So that's probably the reason why still in the 10th lap we're looking at improvements, besides the fact that I am probably not 100% warmed up in lap 1 or 2, but still, the fact we're still doing good lap times and still doing quick lap times, well, quick, I mean we're still 1/8 of the pace, as you can see. But I think I'm driving it quite on a healthy limit, let's say. I'm not over pushing it. I'm trying to drive it rather controlled and not over the top of the car, what the car can do. And also I'm driving it like I would drive it in the race, of course. So I hope you guys are doing alright. Happy Saturday, happy weekend to all of you. Come on. So now perhaps could be the point of time where tires are dying. Well, not dying, but you know, taking the first hit, kind of. Also for the 1,000 miles of Sebring, I think we're looking at a fixed set of laps, either 268 or 269, or is it 267? Can't remember. Probably need to look it up in the race thread. Which obviously gives you a little bit of different thinking with the strategy. Guizobral, many thanks. Well, it was looking more spectacular than I needed that to be, but either way, we're still pointing the right direction, which is great. Seesaw, thank you so much for your follow on Twitch, much appreciated. Hope you are enjoying the content, and if you guys do so, then please make sure you also subscribe on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, your spot and stop where you guys can enjoy additional content such as shorts, Michi's Esport Diaries, or some other edited videos like Hot Laps, where you can appreciate a little bit of the highlights of what we're experiencing here together when being on a live stream. And if you're interested in that, then I encourage you guys also to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done already. !sub into the chat, and the stream bot will happily relay the direct link to our YouTube channel to you. Unless you're obviously watching on YouTube, then it's quite easy. You just need to have click the subscribe button on the bottom of the video. And of course, if you appreciate and like the content, then please also give the video and the stream a like. That to be appreciated. Let's see if we can improve that lap time, as we have another shout out for a follower. Thank you so much, Lemurial. I hope that's spelled right, for the follow. No Spinala. Ah, this car sometimes. is so reluctant to stay in line. See, this is what I mean, that car is so reluctant to just stay cool. Now some could say I'm driving it that way. Well, you're not wrong. Ay, come on. Yeah, I need to fix this snappiness in certain spots. As far as I can see though, everyone is having the same issues, so that's good. Thank you, Seasoft. Much appreciated. So, yeah, no, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. How you doing? Thank you for your time. I don't know. I've never heard of him. But maybe I've just not done enough research. Berry boy, hello. And thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to make up my mind of what I can change in order to improve the drivability of this machine here. Especially this behavior really goes on my nuts. Well, I guess that's probably rather bump related more than setup related at this stage. I hope we get at some point a fix for this DPi, because you rotate this car with the rear certainly. It is one of these, I don't want to call them drift slide cars, but it's certainly one of these cars where drifting and sliding the rear in a huge slip angle is absolutely beneficial. Rory, I agree. I so much agree. If you're talking about the car. As I see, I've skipped a message of ravioli, which we're going to have a look at. The spring car looks really vulnerable to the bumpy track. If I could soften the springs, I would do it. No, I'm not racing him. Unless he's in the DPi category. Which he's not, he's in the LMP2. Rory, what do you say about the improved track limits, or about the adjusted track limits, let's say? Well, Barry boy, we'll find out about that in a couple of days when we see him on track for the 1,000 miles of Sebring. Did he? Let me see. Oh, you're right. You reverted them. But then there is the cheeky question, but why? Were so many people complaining? I mean, I agree with the fact that this would have been probably a mega proper challenge. Let's see how tight the track limits are still. I missed that apex. And that was too tight regardless. So we're allowed to go wide on the exit of 16. That is a welcome change because that can happen quickly. Lessen the restriction in 15. Be pushed wide in turn 7. That is a good change, I think. It's valid now. That is a valid one too. Yeah, I'm alright with those changes. Because it was really an issue when you try to do overtaking on the exit of 6, and then you'll be pushed wide a little into 7. Then you nearly 100% secured PUT to cut track limits, which is fine. That this has changed now, I think. I think straight lining like this is still within the rules, or within the margin of what Jimmy expects from us. At least this is what I hope it is. But I'm sure Papa Jimmy is watching at some stage. And if he does, probably doesn't show. But sometimes there is a wild Jimmy Ellison on the Twitch chat. I agree, Rory. I mean, it was a challenge, but I think turn 6 and 7 was a bit overdone. Other than that, I totally, just like you said, get the point of changing them. Nah. Box, Sebastian, box. Did he crash into the cone?
Radio check. Spotter radio check.
Hello.
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you.
Copy. So
The brake
far,
temperatures are low.
I
We need to
have
get some
not
heat into them.
hit a single traffic, luckily. But obviously also hardly any other cars around right now, just 8 drivers here. Which means low track grip.
Blue flag.
No, 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 no blue flag.
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested.
Copy, copy, we are pushing. Velky Yeezy, thank you so much for the follow on the Twitch channel. Appreciate it. Oh, car
Pit crew is ready.
It's so heavy.
Sector 1 is yellow.
Not sure if it was smart to turn on Crew Chief, but just in case there is more traffic appearing, hashtag soon. Testing is up there, Velky. We are around the Sebring Road Course for the 1,000 miles of Sebring in the Virtual Endurance Championship. And we're trying to survive on the second stint with the lazy car. A car that is reluctant to turn and grip up. So very interesting. And how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. Rasmus, thank you so much for a tier 1 resubscription. Is it the 12th in a row? So happy anniversary, I guess. Happy Saturday to you as well, Rasmus. How you doing? When do we see you here on the track in the LMP2 car? And that said, for the new subscriptions, Papa Kun has made us some new emotes, or has made us some new badges that we're soon going to upload to the Twitch system and also to the YouTube system. If you become a member for a longer period of time, if you become a subscriber on the Twitch channel for a longer period of time, you can see changes in the badges that show other viewers how long you are a subscriber or a member on both the YouTube and the Twitch channel, supporting us beyond just watching the stream. So that will be hopefully done next week or this weekend even.
Sector 3 times okay.
The 3 time is horrendous. 48.7. Holy shit.
Green flag, Sector 1. We think that Shepard has stacked it.
There is a fun fact. In Germany you can say es hat gescheppert. And gescheppert means basically like a crash. So if two cars crash into each other in Germany you say zwei Autos sind ineinander gescheppert.
Sector 1 is quick.
Actually, there is a brand creating alloy goals for football and for handball. So you know the goals where you put the ball in to score a point. They are called Shepherd too. And every time when you hit the aluminium and it gives a stupid clonk, it completely reminds me of to shepherd against something.
Sector 2 is 0.3 off the
And I
pace.
know that Chris's name is probably just spelled like it, but it means something completely different than that, or like nothing at all, but you know, it's just a sole name for itself. But I found it quite funny, or I think it's quite funny when there is like a German word that sounds close to like crashing, and then shepherd is stack it. Oh, shepherd is shepherded into the wall. Oh no. I don't mean that with any bad intention whatsoever, so please don't get me
was
wrong.
at 148.9.
And now you can accuse me probably of talking rubbish and bullshit on a Saturday afternoon.
Yellow flag in Sector 1. Green flag Sector 1. Tiny bit of aero damage, just ignore it.
What? I haven't touched a single wall. Yeah, shepherd means someone who herds sheeps.
Yellow flag in Sector 1.
I found that out too. So that's why I said
Looks like P5's binned it. Sector 1 is
it
clear.
means something completely different. Ravioli, thank you so much for your follow on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated. Great support, guys.
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
Ravioli, thank you for your Prime subscription on our Twitch channel. Thank you so much. That is mega.
Sector 1 is now green.
It's absolutely fine. There is a couple of people probably just basically watching us on one channel and completely forget about the other one, but that's fine, you know? The streaming setup currently is set that way that you're not gonna miss me either way. Either you're watching on Twitch or either you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on
Sector
both,
3
then
is
great,
0.4
double the
off the
support.
pace.
But I totally get that. Bumpy Sebring track. Despite the chassis here of the DPi is loads softer than an LMP2, it quite doesn't like the bumpy roads of Sebring. The Ferrari 488 GTE kinda completely ignores the bumps.
Sector 1 is 0.4 off the pace.
Is it? Is there plugins for that? That feels still like kinda publicly asking for money. But of course, sure, a reminder
Sector
probably
2 time is
doesn't
good.
hurt here or there. I mean, at some point, I need to find a decision for myself whether, like, yeah, of course I'm doing this for building community and I'm doing this for having a good time with you out there. But at the same time, I probably will
Yellow
need
flag in
to
Sector 1.
put myself into a position at some point where I ask myself whether I want to try and push forward, trying to get this my real job. And then obviously I kinda need to be able to live and deal from it. which makes it a total different story then. On the other note though, it is obviously, well, I hope it's common sense that donations just don't just run into my pocket. They are also being reinvested into the stream, such as having a new PC, such as having a equipment for a 2PC setup with a capture card. Right now that stuff is just lying around, not because I'm not willing to use it, it's more of because I'm trying to get a Sony Alpha 6000 or 6100 for, well, quite a reasonable price. And as you can imagine, that project is just not as easy as one may want to have it. The big issue is, well, the big thing some people would say now, yeah, but Mitchie, you also spend 4K on a new PC. Well, yes, I spend 4K on a new PC, but that was
in sector 2.
Because it was pretty much required in order to keep the streaming and racing up together.
Green flag
Like the
sector 1.
webcam we're currently using for recording this footage, it's not like it's given up. It's not like it's a huge bottleneck of the stream. So hence I would say, yeah, investing over €1,000 into a system camera or into a DLSR camera is probably not required in sense of
You're 2/10
having
off the
to
pace
do
in
it
sector 3.
in order to keep doing what I'm doing. Which on the PC side, that was sadly pretty much the case.
We're on your right.
As the old machine was just about to give up. There was this race in the Virtual Endurance Championship in Spa where I crashed the car because of the stream acting up. And that was the moment where I was like, okay, a few people have donated some few 3, 4, 5, 6 euros. Let's just add 50% of your own funds to it and just get a new PC and upgrade this stuff in order to, you know, for the team. I mean, if we're doing team endurance and events or also for the sponsors, they want to see the results. And if in doubt, they probably don't care too much about the stream, but they want to have the results. But if I stream and don't get the results because my my PC is crashing or acting up, then this doesn't help anyone. So I was like, okay, so that my teammates can sleep well and drive well with me, and you guys obviously have the possibility to keep watching what we're doing in a, I'd say, acceptable, probably not preferable, but at least acceptable quality. I was like, I need a new PC, I need to get this done. Yeah, Ravioli, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Is 0.5 off the pace.
The thing is, there was this generous guy, Michael Clark, that has really donated a shitload of money to my channel. I think we speak over 8,000 or 9,000 euros in a period of 2 years. And he is the reason why I have the equipment that I do have right now for the majority of the things. He has sponsored our channel so much that he enabled me to buy and invest on this rig, on this setup, far more early than I ever thought it would be possible. And I'm very, very grateful and happy for that. Like, every time I'm doing streaming and stuff, well, yeah. Okay, let's be honest, not every time, but very, very regularly and consistently, I'm thinking back and be very grateful for having had Michael Clark donating a lot of money to us, enabling me to race with this environment right here. As a matter of fact, back then when I started streaming and sim racing, I was like, cool, getting into sim racing is meaning buying a little bit of equipment and stuff, and then getting into esport means a lot of practice and work into it, and also actually having good equipment. But I was like, at no point sim racing or the hobby as such should impact me, as in, you know, you spend annually 3,000–4,000 euros on it without getting something back from it apart from, you know, driving fun and satisfaction in that way. So
on your right.
I always wanted this hobby to be
0.4 off the pace.
at least financially on a black zero. Which is why I said, okay, even if we do streaming, and if people are donating for our planned investments,
Yellow flag, sector 2.
I'm not going to just rush
clear.
it and take a loan, because back then I would have had to take a loan to get all the stuff together and all the stuff by it. Because, you know, having a standard job, then moving the houses, paying rents, trying to live.
Green flag, sector 3.
I kind of tried sorting myself,
sector
and I was like, before I invest 10 or 11k into a big rig, into a new PC, into a huge setup, I want to have at least 5 or 6k for emergency on the side, and that just took building funds for 2 years. And yeah, I need to be 100% honest, like Michael Clark has accelerated that process big time. And at the end of the day though, all that money that was donated, and also the money that is being donated or being given to me by Prime subs,
sector
by
3 is clear.
super chats, by becoming a member, by doing a straight donation, it's all getting saved up for more improvements. I mean, obviously I pull some of that money out
sector 1, yellow flag.
for private things too, such as maybe being able to buy a house at some point, so it's getting saved up. But, you know, if there is the need of something, I'm like, okay, cool, you need a new PC for 4K?
0.5
Never mind, the community has stacked me up so much, so I just take that money, add a little bit of my private funds to it, and I'll just do it. And that is a very nice situation, because not many people can have it. I know usually I would be like, oh, 4K for a PC, like, is it really necessary? Or 4K for a PC, do you really need it? Is it really that big of an overkill machine that you need to buy?
Incident in sector 2, yellow flag.
And then you may or may not come to different
Easy, car on your left. Green flag, sector 2.
Different judgments.
Left. Sector 1 is.
But as a matter of fact, it was very much about. So what does it cost? 4K. Okay, cool. I got saved up a few K of donations that are being given as an appreciation, and that I promised to reinvest into the stream, or into the show, or into the content and whatnot. So here we go.
Sector
we just
2 is 0.5
we just get it because I know it's going to be appreciated, and it's going to be for the better, fewer experience. So here we are. Long story short,
is green.
Well, there was a long story in long stories, and no long story short. Yeah, it's quite a difficult thing, because let's face it, as a streamer, choosing to stream sim racing or simulation stuff, no.
Okay, Michael, there's a car exiting the pit, heads up.
Car is still alive. I am 100% aware of the fact that sim racing and streaming simulation games is quite niche. It's not like, you know, when browsing through Twitch, you find a lot of people either gaming some CS or playing some PUBG, some, I don't know how those mainstream, some Fortnite, those mainstream games are called, and they pull quite a lot of viewers, obviously. But racing and sim racing in general are pretty niche in that regard. So for streamer and sim racing, it's particularly hard to get up to speed, to get up to the size. There is a few that have done it and have achieved it. Matty G, Jimmy Broadband, and I also consider the Sim Pits with 45k subs, and Dave Cameron, and Rory Alexander and some other streamers that I may have forgotten now to just mention on that list. But, you know, they have somehow done it, so you see it as possible to do it. And, I mean, I would love to be in the position to just stream on a regular basis and make it my job. But it's incredibly hard to achieve
Left
it.
side, all clear on the left.
I don't know, Rory, actually. I mean, without any big troubles, I could do it right now already. Like, I mean, I have the scene prepared, and it wouldn't hurt me at all to run in this configuration. Apart from having a few things to block for the public to be seen, of course. Hey there, Johnson.
P3.
I could make it look like this, or I could make it look like this. So you see it is absolutely possible. Would probably need to bring back the foot cam again. Actually, I think in this view I would probably not even need to hide it.
Okay, Michael, you've got half your fuel left.
So that is possible, but the majority of people, and I would probably need to do a poll out of it in a Michi's eSport diary. That would probably be about asking what kind of view you guys appreciate the most. At some point I decided to just have the big overview or general view of the monitor for having my brain is on a holding pattern right now, for having it only in qualifying. But then so many people were like, yeah, just keep the big view in the races too. So I kept it in the races too. Lately a few people asked about the onboard, as you guys are watching it right now. But I think that the thing with the onboard is with a field of view I do have, you have such a limited frame of field of view for the stream. Then what I could perhaps think about doing is trying in 4K resolution, so to get the full screen over at the top and then have the supplements sitting in the bottom of it, like face cam, maybe even a cam, even that cam in the back, like to have both
Sector 3 is yellow.
Together in a single picture. But
Green flag in Sector 3. It looks like
I don't know if that makes it look too small. If you get what I mean. Alright, Violi, I was in the 100th of subscribers like 4 years back, I think. I think I hit 1,000 subscribers in February 18,
Sector 1, yellow
if
flag.
I'm not mistaken.
We can see Jaeger has gone off. Green flag in Sector 1. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Green flag, Sector 2. Yellow flag.
I initially started streaming from the camera In higher competitive... yeah, well, I started streaming like this in general, to be honest. On the camera you're seeing right now, this is where I'm basically coming from. And then I heard more and more people asking or requesting to see the camera that I'm using a lot of times nowadays, where you just see what I'm doing here, together with the screen.
Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace.
Johan, thank you so much for the feedback there given on the Facebook.
Sector 1 is yellow.
On the Facebook stream. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Sector 1
it.
is now green.
The thing is, right now in that view, I would see stuff happening left or right of the screen that you don't see, and that may lead into, perhaps lead into difficulties for you understanding why I did what I did, if that makes sense. But as Rory says, in the end it's all about compromising stuff.
Yellow flag, caution.
Ravioli, that's fine. Yeah, to be honest, Ravioli, in the last 3 years I think I made an average of 800 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So
Sector 1 is 0.6
being back into the
off
hundreds
pace.
is surely
Yellow
like
flag,
4 years
Sector 2.
back.
Green flag in Sector 2.
Just quick, have a separate channel for the other few. But you know, I don't want to dilute the channels. Like I would like to give something that kind of works for all, or that everyone is satisfied with. I mean,
Sector 2 is
of
0.4
course, can't be
off the
everybody's
pace.
darling and stuff, but I would at least want to have some basic thing everyone can kind of watch the most important things of what's happening here. Bara Agung, hello and welcome. Like Rory said, you have to have a compromise on everything in the end of the day.
Green flag in Sector 1.
Which means
Sector 3 is 0.3 off the pace.
we're also talking about the fact that you can't have every feature on the screen for everyone, as it would otherwise just overload the screen, or it just would not be possible technically, stuff like that. I mean, I could in this view still bring under a pedal cam, but at the same time you see the pedals anyway. And with the inputs given on... Are they given right now? I'm not sure if they are given on the TV overlay. But maybe there are soon other overlays coming. I heard that RaceLab Apps is working on an overlay in that regard. I could bring the overlay as a telemetry file into the stream, and then I think it's just fine. We don't need a pedal cam then, in my opinion.
Sector 2 is 0.4 off the pace.
That obviously said, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh dear. I'm just gonna call you M4, thank you for joining, how you doing?
Sector 1, yellow flag. Sector 3 is 0.4 off the pace.
Yep, Laurie, that could be something we could be looking into. I need to make up my mind on it. In all fairness, we need to see how it looks. I don't want to outrule it as no possibility. No, I have not done a widescreen stream yet. I mean, I could also think about increasing the resolution of the stream to 1440p. Just not sure if it's good for people to watch then, or whether it's an issue.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
But that could be worth experimenting. Oh, to it. Oof.
Mind these track limits, please, Michael.
Switch camera POV? I mean, I can switch them cameras here with the
Green flag sector 1.
with a stream deck, or what exactly functionality is it that we're talking about?
Sector 2 is yellow.
I never heard about that, Rory. Shit, I cannot do a single good lap, it's insane.
Sector 2 is green.
Yeah, Laurie, looking forward to see
Incident
you
Sector
on
3.
the
Sector
competition
3 is
system
yellow.
at some point next week. Okay, thank you, Rory. I'm gonna have a look, thank you. Anyway, though, guys, if you appreciate
Sector 2
the
is
discussion that we're
0.7
having right
off the
now,
pace.
and also the ideas and
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
of course the stream and the content, then please make sure you follow on
This
Twitch
lap will be
and subscribe to the
invalidated. Watch
YouTube
the
channel.
track limits.
And for more streaming, for more rFactor 2 content mainly, that would obviously be massively
Incident Sector 1,
appreciated.
yellow flag.
If we can welcome you as a new follower or subscriber on both YouTube and Twitch.
Sector 1 is clear.
Close! So we've got 5 laps to go before we box. My biggest issue for right now, for when dealing with the capture card,
The guy behind has just done a 148.6.
is I don't want to have latency somehow impacting my gaming system.
Sector 1 is
So
0.6
I wish to
off the
find a
pace.
way to give you guys the best streaming
Green flag in
and
Sector 3.
viewer experience possible, whilst number one prio is always that my games or my driving here is not impacted at all by it, apart from the talking distraction, if that is a thing. But I don't want to face latency on the steering inputs at
Yellow
any
flag Sector 3.
time. That is something I'm reacting quite allergic on it.
The guy behind has just done a 147.9. Sector 3's 2/10 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.4 off the pace. Yellow flag, Sector 1. Okay, Michael, we need to watch these track limits. Green flag, Sector 1.
All right. Clear right.
That's 5 minutes of fuel left.
Copy. We are boxing soon.
You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 3.
Copy. We are pushing.
Sector 1, yellow flag.
I cannot believe it, like this car is so stupid. Yeah, that was completely unnecessary. F. Yeah, let's just take the machine and pretend we have done a pit stop.
There's a car behind, take care, rejoin him. Green flag, Sector 1.
Rory, do you know by chance what is the current best lap time ever done by someone in a here on the fast lap tracker? I guess it's Shepard in P1. Oh no. 44.9 by Rory, okay. By Mr. Rory himself. Into the barrier we go, huh? F.
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
The guy behind has just done a 147.1.
Careful, car on your right. Clear on your right.
Sector 2 is 0.3, off the pace. Sector 1 is yellow. P4, we think Fernandez has binned it. Sector 3 time is quick. Sector 1 is green. Fastest lap for Shepard, 145.9.
That's very good. A new benchmark.
Sector 2 is 0.2 off the pace. Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
On your right. Clear on your right.
Yellow flag.
SSR Navio Mini, thank you so much for your follow here on the Twitch channel. Okay, so time for some quali run because I have to run fairly soon. So 44.9, you guys say, is the threshold that we need to hit.
Your exit's clear. Watch the white line. Green flag in sector
I guess
1.
good luck with that. I don't think that we just straight away take P1 in the FLT. Rory is a really good driver, and historically, I mean, they are leading the championship, not we, so there's a reason to that. Well, obviously in Road America we had a big shunt.
There's a car rejoining. Incident in sector 1. Yellow flag.
Those tires just have no grip in lap 1. It's a complete joke.
Alright, Michael. We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining. Yellow flag in sector 2. Sector 1 is clear. Sector 2 time is okay. We need to watch the track limits. It's just a scratch, ignore it.
Ravioli, actually nothing in the DPi either with that.
Sector 1 is yellow.
Oh, seriously, like you come out of the
right.
pits.
All clear on the right.
Every time the same shit. I just cannot understand it. And call me Mr. Maximum Disrespect on it. But I expect, unless it is the race, that you just freaking jump out of the way.
Looks like P4's gone off.
Yeah, thank you, Bim Bam Gaming. I hope you have a nice weekend as well.
Green flag in sector 2.
Obviously don't know if Rory McDuff had better track conditions, but I don't see a 44.9 at the minute. Charming, Bim Bam Gaming, charming.
Sector 3 time is fast. We're running on fumes, mate. In this lap, box this lap, please, Michael. It looks like Jaeger has spun off. Green flag, sector 1. Sector 1 time.
Car right, clear right.
Appositio, thank you
2
for the
litres
follow.
remaining. Very little fuel left. In this
Appreciate
lap,
it.
box this lap. Yellow flag in sector 1. Your quickest overall. Your sector 2 time is quick. Sector 3 is now clear. Sector 1 is green. Sector 3 time's okay. Yellow flag in sector 1.
So, final 2 laps coming up.
Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line. Sector 1 is now green.
Actually,
Yellow flag in sector 1. Take care, there's a car approaching. Green flag sector 1. Blue flag.
yeah, let's see if I can move up further.
Incident in sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
On your right. Clear right.
Since I believe for Sebring it has an effect that one needs.
Sector 3 is yellow.
If. If.
Sector 2 time is good.
Fuck.
Car on your left. You're clear
Many
left.
things.
Sector 3 time is fast.
Don't you tell me you think this looked easy. That was a sweaty lap though. Yeah, that was one mistake into turn 10. Yeah, but Rory can do that too. I don't know what the quality of his lap was. But okay. Anyway guys, I need to run, I need to go. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you so much for your joining. And I hope that you have enjoyed today's run. I hope you have enjoyed today's stream. No further stream from me today, perhaps something tomorrow, not 100% sure. For those watching on Twitch right now, we're going to send you over with a raid to Dan Suzuki. He is doing some iRacing, and you will appreciate that for sure. Have a good weekend all together. Hope to see you guys on the next stream. And again, if you do appreciate our content, if you do appreciate what we're doing here, then please make sure you give this video a like, you follow up on Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube channel, make this community grow, and then we see each other next time. Have a good weekend everyone, and see you. Bye bye.